Okay, so we're back. We're back. Let's see if we can get a clearer stream. That's not spinning. Dave, if you can see it, once you can see it, let me know. We are back for take 2, Easter Monday. Looking for a clear channel. Coming back into alignment. I think I just saw a glitch. Ay, ay, ay. Allison's back. How are we, Allison? Does it look okay? Are we clear? Dave, can you see it, babe?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. Well, just changed the channel, and now we're good. Welcome back again. Rebonjour, as we would say in French. Happy Easter Monday. We did a beautiful opening on our last stream, which I will delete since it was spinning. So let's just come back into the resonance and the reverence of who we are, just slowing everything down, receiving a beautiful sensual breath. Allowing the silence to wash over you. Allowing the softness to wash over you. Allowing today to be the day that you remember who you are, that you walk in grace, that you walk in beauty, that you walk in your gorgeous, authentic power without apology. Bringing forward whatever it is that's inside of you that's seeking union and gifting it that space today. We ask, as always, that only that which is in accordance with the highest good is present on this call. We come together in celebration, in gratitude, and in deep joy. This or something even better for the highest good of all concerned. Amen. Nothing wrong with two prayers, 2 intentions for the day. Maybe we just needed 2. All right, let me know how your Easter was. Let me know where you are inside of yourself as we start the official week, our first official week back. We came together on Friday, and as I shared earlier, our adventure is officially beginning. Dave and I are setting sail from Calvi. We're in Calvi, Corsica. We're at the very, but we're on the northwestern side of Corsica, and we'll be making our way all the way down the Corsican coast over the next 10-ish days. And then we're going to be doing a big sail that we'll talk about later. All right. Look at the beautiful background. Feel the gorgeous surroundings. All right. Easter is good. Yeah, it's still Easter for you, isn't it? All righty. Now we have a situation. I have no glasses. Dave, would you mind grabbing my glasses? I don't know where they went. I think they're right here. All right, beauties. Lesson 152. How are you feeling since our first coming back together last Friday? Are there other ones there? Are my Celine ones there in the... Because those ones are kind of broken. Yes. Take my new ones. Buongiorno, Karen. Buongiorno. Thank you, baby. Who else is here? So Allison's here. Elise is here. Karen's here. All the beautiful ladies. Say hello if you're hanging out. And even if you're in the replay, say hello. Let us know that you're here. Got the new glasses on. All right, beauties. Here. Lesson 152. Are we ready for this? Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? It's been a while since we've done a week. I'm here. I'm ready. It's so easy to walk through our days in that natural default of just, okay, this is what's expected of us. This is what we do. We get up, we brush our teeth, we go to the bathroom, we have our coffee, we pausing. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you in? Are you in that space of receiving? Like, God, show me. God, show me. May I awaken the divine inside of me and walk through this day as the truth of who I am. Are we ready? Are we a yes? Even if we're not ready, are we a yes? Because that's typically how it works for me. Are you ready? I don't know. Are you a yes? Absolutely. 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 Okay. Love, love, love. Lesson 152. So, yes, on Friday we had lesson 151, which was a long lesson, if you remember. All things are echoes for the voice of God. And really, inside of that lesson, talking about the unraveling of the idea that we can even judge, that we can't even judge. Not even that we shouldn't, but that we can't. We don't have all the information. We can't see everything. It's not even possible. Letting go of that, right? So much of that inside of that, giving that over to God. And it was so beautiful on Friday as we read, such is your Easter tide. Wasn't that beautiful? Like all the breaks we've taken, and here we are together in April 21st. In fact, today is my son's 19th birthday. So time. Here we are. Lesson 152. The power of decision is my own. The power of decision is my own. No one can suffer loss unless it be his own decision. Thank you, Elisa. No one can suffer loss unless it be his own decision. No one suffers pain except his choice elects this state for him. So again, feeling the power that we have, we forget this, and all of us forget it. All of us forget it. We remember, and then we forget. And we have that opportunity to come back into alignment and forget less. It's not about, oh my gosh, I forgot. What's wrong with me? Every time I go to my next level, I forget. Every time. I was having a call. We just finished our Frenchie 9 Layers program. We had our final call last week. And we were talking about the next level of our lives. And we were talking about that every time we're called into the next level, it's amazing how we forget what it took to leap into the level before. Because it can feel just as scary, just as courageous, no matter how many times we've leapt. That opportunity to remember our power, to remember who we are, to say yes without having all the answers, to live on the edge of creation. Every time it takes a yes without knowing. So I love this. So no one suffers pain except his choice elects this state for him. No one can grieve, nor fear, nor think him sick unless these are the outcomes that he wants. Breathing in. Breathing out. That part of us, it's like, I don't want this. Well, what part of us is believing in that? What part of us is resonating with that? What part of us is believing in the illusion that there's protection there? In fear, in pain, in sickness, in loss. So just breathing into this lesson today, trusting it all. Because you ready for this one? Are we ready? How perfect is this after Easter? And no one dies without his own consent. Nothing occurs but represents your wish, and nothing is omitted that you choose. Here is your world, complete in all details. Here, its whole reality for you, and it is only here salvation is. You may believe that this position is extreme, too inclusive to be true. Yet, can truth have exceptions? If you have the gift of everything, can loss be real? Can pain be part of grace or grief of joy? Can fear and sickness enter in a mind where love and perfect holiness abide? Truth must be all-inclusive, if it be the truth at all. Accept no opposites and no exceptions, For to do so is to contradict the truth entirely. Salvation is the recognition that the truth is true and nothing else is true. This you have heard before, but you may not yet accept both parts of it. Without the first, the second has no meaning. But without the second, is the first no longer true? Truth cannot have an opposite. This cannot be too often said and thought about. For if what is not true is true as well, and what is true, then part of truth is false. And truth has lost its meaning. Nothing but the truth is true, and what is false is false. This is the simplest of distinctions, yet the most obscure, but not because it is a difficult distinction to perceive. It is concealed beyond a vast array of choices that do not appear to be entirely your own. And thus the truth appears to have some aspects that belie consistency, but do not seem to be but contradictions introduced by you. Breathing in and breathing out. Are we open to consider taking full power of our experience? Are we? The part of us that says, well, yeah, like, of course, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this, I don't want this, I don't want this. Great, beautiful, we love that. Let's utilize discernment. Then the part that says, can you not just gift yourself permission? Can you live in the truth beyond what you see with your physical eyes? Can you not let this 3D sensory surface be the end all be all of your experience? Can you remember that you're not a body, really, and that you are co-creating from your mind, and that the mind is the only place where we really, truly, truly, truly exist, that we are in the mind of God. And from that space, no matter what it is you see around you, no matter what it is your eyes see, no matter what it is your current reality perceives itself to be, that you look beyond. And that you don't just look there. You don't just long for something different. You become one with the frequency of what it is you desire to experience, no matter what. Are we open to considering that level of power? As God created you, you must remain unchangeable, with transitory states by definition false. And that includes all shifts in feeling, alterations in conditions of the body and the mind, in all awareness and in all response. This is the all-inclusiveness which sets the truth apart from falsehood, and the falsehood kept separate from the truth as what it is. You are as God created you. Period. Is it not strange that you believe to think you made the world you see is arrogance? This is the best line. We're reading that again. Is it not strange that you believe to think you made the world you see is arrogance? It's not saying, don't you think you're so arrogant thinking you made the world you see? It's saying, do you really think it's arrogance to believe you didn't? Like, it's arrogance to believe you didn't, basically. Not arrogance to believe you did. That's where we get sticky. Oh gosh, who am I to think I'm so powerful and I can co-create worlds? Like, oh my gosh, I was taught I was supposed to be humble and like apologetic, and that I'm sinful and I should be apologizing, making myself smaller. The Course is saying, nope, nope. And in this specific instance, talking about the world we see, God made it not. Of this you can be sure. What can God know of the ethereal, how do I say this word? I don't know how to say this word. EPHEM, ephemeral? Allison, I need you. Ephemeral? The sinful and the guilty, the afraid, the suffering, the lonely, and the mind that lives within a body that must die. God didn't make that world. Our eyes made that world. Not just our eyes, right? The belief in that is what makes that. Ephemeral. Ephemeral? Ephemeral. I said it perfectly. Oh, good. That's a good one. You but accuse God of insanity to think God made a world where such things seem to have reality. God is not mad, yet only madness makes a world like this. To think that God made chaos contradicts God's will, invented opposites to truth, and suffers death to triumph over light. All this is arrogance. Humility would see at once these things are not of God. So I love when the Course does that, right? What is real humility? To know our power, to know that we are as God, to be aware that what we see with our body's eyes is not what is real. It's not what God really created. And can you see what God created not? To think you can is merely to believe you can perceive what God willed not to be. And what could be more arrogant than this? Let us today be truly humble and accept what we have made as what it is. The power of decision is our own. Decide but to accept your rightful place as co-creator of the universe. Boom. And all you think you made will disappear. What rises to awareness then will be all that there ever was, eternally as it is now. And it will take the place of self-deceptions made but to usurp the altar to the Father and the Son. Today we practice true humility, abandoning the false pretense by which the ego seeks to prove it arrogant. Only the ego can be arrogant. But truth is humble in acknowledging its mightiness. I'm going to invite you to feel how beautiful this is. The part of you, the part of us that has been told or taught or felt we need to hide. We need to be small. We can't shine too brightly. That if we shine too brightly, if we step into our power, if we create the life that we desire to create, all the beauty, all the abundance, all the brilliance, the fear that people will say, or you will think about yourself, oh gosh, you're not humble. You're so arrogant. You're so selfish. Who does she think she is? And the Course is saying, let's flip this on its head. True humility is accepting your rightful place as co-creator with God. How's that feel inside? How does that feel? I cannot believe this computer is still glitching. Okay, we'll figure it out. It's fine. We're calling it abundance before, right? Like, let's just take all the flashes. What rises? Oh, we said this already. We said that one already. This is just so beautiful. Okay. But truth is humble in acknowledging its mightiness, its changelessness, and its eternal wholeness, all encompassing God's perfect gift to you. We lay aside the arrogance which says that we are sinners, guilty and afraid, ashamed of what we are, and lift our hearts in true humility instead to God who has created us immaculate, like itself, in power and in love. The power of decision is our own, and we accept of God that which we are and humbly recognize ourselves as the Son, the daughters, the divinity, the oneness of God. To recognize God's son, to recognize God's daughter implies as well that all self-concepts have been laid aside and recognized as false. Their arrogance has been perceived, and in humility, the radiance of God's son, his gentleness, his perfect sinlessness, his Father's love, his right to heaven and release from hell are joyously accepted as our own. And again, playing into what we talked about on Friday, you may have been taught, I know I was, or at least I perceived I was, that heaven and hell were actual places, that if I was good, I was going to heaven. If I was bad, I was going to hell. And the way with which the entry into those places was the humbleness, the other one, the humbleness of don't shine too brightly, don't be too much, don't take too much, overcompensate, feel that you're guilty, feel that. And this, in my perception, and I believe many of us learned this or were taught this, that was the entry point into heaven. And I'm going to invite you to consider, not only as we're unraveling all of this, that wait a minute, what if that's completely flipped, that my humbleness is accepting that I'm a co-creator with God, but that also heaven and hell aren't a place in this physical world in that way. They're in our minds. It's in our mind. It's in our mind. Now do we join in glad acknowledgement that lies are false and only truth is true. We think of truth alone as we arise and spend 5 minutes practicing its ways, encouraging our frightened minds with this. The power of decision is my own. This day I will accept myself as what God's will created me to be. Powerful, abundant, holy, beautiful, bright. Then we will wait in silence, giving up all self-deceptions as we humbly ask ourselves that God reveal itself to us. And he who never left will come again to our awareness, grateful to restore his home to God as it was meant to be. In patience, wait for him throughout the day. In patience, wait for God throughout the day. An hourly invite with the words with which the day began, concluding it with the same invitation to yourself. God's voice will answer, for God speaks for you, through you. God will substitute the peace. He will substitute the peace of God for all your frantic thoughts. Might be talking now about the Holy Spirit or the Christ consciousness. The truth of God for self-deceptions and God's Son for your illusions of yourself. Whew. How are we feeling? How are we feeling? How is this? We're in it, right? We really took, I love that we took that little pause that we did. And now we're like, whoop, we've jumped in. We've really jumped in. These lessons are quite long. They're not all this way throughout the rest. They actually get quite short when we get in later, but these ones are quite long. So really, I encourage you to spend some time with this, to slow everything down today. If you choose to read this again and just be with the words, if you want to move just right into the practice period and know that you've already done enough, that you are enough, you've done enough. There's nothing else for you to do. Just listen and be. So I love you. Thank you for your patience today as we did a take 2. And I will see you tomorrow from another place in the world as we say goodbye to this gorgeous land. And in fact, something really beautiful has opened for me since we got here. And I shared it on Friday with our Frenchy girls. And we have our Tout est possible year-long membership, which includes gorgeous curriculum inside of Elegant Femme, but more than that, because it isn't based on program content. It really is based on the embodiment of living this way. And this year in 2025, I've decided to add a live group call every month to Toot. And on Friday, what came through was I'm doing a special Easter opportunity for Tute Possible, where you are getting gifted 3 months more. So instead of just a year inside of this precious container, you would have 15 months for the same price. So it's an almost $4,000 bonus. There's a pay in full option that gets a private call with me. What I want to share with you today is I am going to be because it's activating so strongly inside of me. What came through on Friday, I was journaling. I was at this beautiful spa inland in Corsica. Corsica is the most magical land. What has taken place here in the history and the beautiful softness of the feminine and the serene, also just juxtaposition of the island, the mountains, the green, the snow, the beaches. It's unbelievable. So what happened on Friday is I was like, oh my God, something else is coming through. Beauty codes. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So we have the Femme codes and we finished the Soul of Beauty book, but something brand new is opening around the beauty codes. So for the first time ever, I'm going to be sharing the beauty codes in real time with those women that are inside Tute Possible with me. And we just started and it's opening. Livia, would you mind? Would you mind? Kind of having an important conversation right now. So I've activated the first beauty code. I'm going to be sharing. We have our first toot call this week. And as we go to the next island, I can already feel next island, the next stop, so much is pouring through. So for the first time ever inside of Toot, I'm going to be sharing these live transmissions as they come through me. I have no idea how many they're going to be. All I know is they are super potent, super powerful, and they're changing things inside of me at a new level. So if you want to be inside of Tute Possible with us, if this particular point in time feels like this is my year, this is my time, I want to benefit from those 3 extra months. Plus, what we did is we then extended the payment plan to be 15 months long instead of a year. So if that speaks to you, we're honoring that through today. And there, I don't want you to feel like a rush about it. Like play with it inside of your consciousness. And we do have an application. So if you're like, wow, there's something there for me, there's something opening for me, just email info and request the application. Flirt with the application. And if it feels good to you, then let us know and we'll honor that. We'll get you all the details, right? That's what's going on today. It's going to be so, so extraordinary. So we will be leaving Calvi today and making our way down the western coast of Corsica. And I can't wait to share with you what's unfolding from here. It's big and beautiful and deep, and I'm really grateful. The official journey and adventure begins. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow.